So they basically give you the key signature, and then they tell you to just build a basic chord up, all right? So they already did one for you, so let's do number 2. So they give us 5, 7 of 5 in the key of G. So we've got 1 sharp, and we have to figure out the reverse. So everything we've been doing, we've got to reverse it all now. Okay? So in the case of 5, 7 of 5, we'll start with a G major scale. So think about your G major scale, and we're just going to work our way backwards. All right, so we've got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, right? So now our first route is 5, so we know it's going to be the D, right? So that's this bottom part, right? So we are going to start our chord. Our tonic is going to start on the 5th of this D, all right? So it's the 5th of the 5th, all right? So now we transfer to D major. So here's G major. We're going to keep going. Take this guy, bring him down here. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. And we find the 5th of that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even need the rest of these technically. All right, so we find the 5 right there. And we're going to build a chord on it, basically. So we've got A, C sharp, this is in the key signature, and E. Now, they want a 5, 7, so we've got to add an extra note, all right? And you just stick with the key signature of this one, right? So this is our temporarily adopted D major key signature. And all we do to fill this in G major, the 5, 7 of 5, just take this and plop it in. So we've got A, C sharp, E, G. Just like that. All right? Let's do one more and make sure you've got it. So it's a lot of just thinking in scales and key signatures in Roman numeral analysis. All right, so here's number 3. And 3 gives us the key of E flat major, which of course has 3 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat. All right, and they're telling us to find the, oh, and you know what? This is like a weird misprint in the book. That should be a 5, but it doesn't show up very well. So, FYI, it's supposed to be a 5. Good thing you guys don't actually have to do this one. 5 of 2. All right, so first things we do, find an E flat major scale. All right, so we've got E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. All right, so here's our E flat major scale. And then we go through Roman numeral analysis it. 1, 2, oh, look, we already found it. Here's our 2. So it's going to start on the 5th of, so now we're going to go down, make an F scale. So this is the key of F minor, right? So we've got a minor 2. All right, so what's in the key of F minor? Well, if you want to find the minor, you have to find the relative major. It's the easiest way to do it. So, of course, from the minor, we're going to move up a minor third, which is A flat. So it's equivalent to the key of A flat major. and F minor. So here's our F minor scale. We've got F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, and F, right? So this is our natural minor, but we're not using natural minor, right? We're using harmonomellow minor. So harmonic / melodic. So if we're in harmonic minor, that E is going to go natural, all right? And this guy is going to go to B natural, or D natural. So these guys are both natural going up, all right? Now, we're looking for the 2 of 5. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're looking for the 5. Oops, it's minor 5. All right. Oops. Now, we don't know whether this key is actually going to turn out to be a minor or major because now we've got these inserted, right? So in fact, when it would normally in natural minor be a minor 5 chord, right? C, E flat, and G like this, because we're in harmonic or melodic minor, this now becomes an E natural, and this is no longer a small 5, but a large 5. So major 5, all right? And then all we have to do is take this chord that we built and do C, E natural, and G. All right? Hopefully that makes some sense. So let's do 14.3 now. And I think with these you need all the practice you can get. So I'm going to assign not necessarily all 21, but let's do, for 14.1, I'm going to have you do 4, or technically 1, although the first 3 are done for you, so you don't even have to do them. So technically you're going to start at 4, and you're going to go all the way through 14, if that's okay. And then, let's see, assignment 14.2, let's have you go again 1 through 15, okay? So now let's take, so you just do exactly that. So you're gonna get really good at building scales. So let's do 14.2 now. So this is, they already did 1 for you. And this one they're gonna give you, so this is for the secondary leading tone, all right? And they're already giving you the key for all of these. So this key applies to this whole line. And then the tonicized chord at the end is what you're dealing with, all right? All right, so if we're in the key of F, so we've got a B flat, and the first one they want you to find is 5 of 5. That one's already given. So this is G, B natural, D, so that's number 1. Number 2, on the other hand, they don't give to us. That is 5, 7 of 5. Well, that one's easy actually, because all you have to do is copy the 5 of 5 and then add the 7th on top, all right? So number 2, super simple, already done. All right, now what they want you to do is find the 7, the leading tone, secondary leading tone, diminished 7 of 5. All right, so now we're in business. So let's start with an F major scale. Now this is the slow way. There are a lot of shorter sort of tricks and shortcuts that you can use, all right? Theoretically, if you were so inclined. So, but for the most part, let's do this the long way. A, B flat, C, D, E, F. So here's our F major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so here's our 5. I'm not going to bother to fill out the rest. 6, 7, 1. All right, so we're now in the key of C major. We're going to take this, move it down here, go to the key of C. All right, start on C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. All right, and of course B is B natural. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's our diminished 7 and 1. All right, so we're looking for the 7 of 5. All right, so we find the 5 first, and then based on that, we find the 7, which is right here. And it just naturally, it's not a minor key, so we don't have to do any weird harmonic melodic stuff. It's just based on a major key. So the 7 diminished of 5, diminished 7 of 5, and it's not a 7th chord, so it's just a triad. So all you're going to do is build your triad here in the key of C, so no accidentals. You've got to counter this accidental, so it's going to be B, D, and F. All right, just like that. So basically, the shorthand is get rid of this guy, and then it immediately goes to the 7th, right? Which makes sense. All right. Now they want 7 half diminished 7, and then they're going to want fully diminished 7. So let's find these guys. So we've got 7 half diminished 7 of 5. And then they've got 7 fully diminished 7 of 5. And then finally our final tonicization. All right? So I'm going to do this whole thing for you. All right. So in this case, we just have to make it half diminished. We have to add the 7th and make it half diminished. So what is a half diminished chord? Does anybody remember? So it's going to be diminished on the bottom. So you've got B natural, D, F, and then we add an A. And to make it half diminished, this has to be a major third, all right? Which naturally, from F natural to A natural, is a major third. So that's from F to A. So this chord we're creating. All right? So that's so we're just going to base it off of the 7th chord. We already found the 7th, so let's not do more work and do this whole thing again, when all we have to do is add another note onto the snowman and make sure it's a major third. And then all you have to do to find the fully diminished 7, secondary 7th chord, secondary leading tone, is copy this. So this is all going to be the same, right? This is all diminished, B, D, F natural, and then we just have to make sure that this guy is also a minor third instead of a major third. So all we do, A flat. So it just turns into, oops. So fully diminished, half diminished, all right? So that one's correct. And then finally, last but not least, we go back to our original F major and we find a 5 chord, which is C. Actually, let's just move it up. C, E, G. All right?